Podcast. Okay, that was a
yeah.
full
I mean, you
breath.
definitely said that.
I probably destroyed my mic there. I apologize to no one. Please leave angry comments.
Stop, dude. You're just thirsting for it now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. So, semifinals have just happened. We had IG versus FPX and SKT versus G2.
It's true, we did.
Oh. That was League of Legends. That was some League of Legends. These were some
Which
good
one?
games. These two matches, they were pretty good.
They were both League of Legends?
Pretty much League of Legends. I don't know. I thought.
I mean, I know I saw Summoner's Rift in and around my monitor, but you know, one can never be sure with these Look, here's what I'm saying. One of these series was fucking incredible, and the other one was also quite good. So let's start it off, Anthony.
With LPL Autumn? Oh, you want to talk with how this week? I don't know.
No, I guess we just did. You know, fucking LPL
I didn't
Autumn.
really watch most of the in-between shit, and I just watched the games because...
You know what? Same. So fucking...
Because they're on at 7 o'clock in the morning.
And I have shit to do.
Honestly, I'd prefer being in on the West Coast where I could just stay up until 4 to watch them. Much better.
I would not, because I am busy.
Alright, we got IG versus FPX, the Autumn LPL Finals. It was a 3-1.
Is that the Autumn LPL Finals?
Huh?
I didn't know that was the Autumn LPL Final.
Yeah, that's basically the Autumn LPL Finals. This is the last time two LPL teams are going to play each other. So, it was a 3-1 in favor of FPX, kind of upsetting a lot of people's expectations. I think the majority opinion was that IG was going to win here. But...
It was our majority opinion.
Yeah, it was definitely our majority opinion. But...
That game, friggin' 1 and 2 of this series were nuts.
Oof. I was looking down the...
Which was the one where they failed the back door?
I don't remember.
That was game 2.
Was it game 2? Game 2 was like the bloodiest game at Worlds, I think, or was that?
It was in World's history, I think.
In World's history, damn.
I think that's what Quickshot said. That was the game where Kaisa teleported to the base and then died.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That was a crazy game.
I'm honestly liking Varus. He looks pretty decent right now, but I don't know how good he's gonna be in an unorganized team. But besides that, Ezreal had a win in this series, and I am shocked.
I think that he's gonna be really bad in an unorganized team because Varus is only ever really good when like
you have a Tom Kench who babysits him.
Yeah.
An illusion to actually play AD carry.
Yeah. You have to have like the whole team set up around not letting you intentionally feed too hard.
But it also helps that the other team picked Blitzcrank.
I don't know, dude. Blitzcrank is nasty.
I don't know. Blitzcrank was straight garbage. I don't understand. How did FPX win in game 1 with Renekton into Quinn? Quinn did nothing. Quinn was 0-4 and only up 30 farm in that matchup.
Did Quinn have was Rookie on Quinn or Shy?
Shy. It's a top matchup.
Okay. Well, dude, honestly, they've been putting everything mid lane these days. I don't even know anymore.
I hate Rumble mid, but it got 10 kills.
It really did. But my question is that Rumble mid or is that Doinby?
That's Doinby. That's very Doinby.
Yeah, that's my dude. Yo, he's extremely good at League of Legends.
Doinby's crazy, man. Oh my god.
Really fucking good at League.
I'd almost say he's better than Rookie, but I still think Rookie's kind of better than him.
Yeah, but
because Rookie's laning is so crazy.
But he beat Rookie with AP. Oh no, he lost this game. But he picked AP Nautilus, bro. Full AP Nautilus. Don't cry, dude. It's the wave. It's the future. It's what it's the barrel of the gun we're looking down.
I would like to not see this again. Can this not happen?
Alright, I'm picking it every game with you.
You don't play mid lane.
Honestly, I'm a start.
Please do.
I'll pick AP.
Please do.
Bro, I'll pick AP Nautilus bot. I will pick AP Nautilus bot and you won't stop me.
Please don't. Hang on, wait. I do our pick bands. Yes, I can.
I mean in Clash, but I wasn't talking about Clash.
Well, bite me. I still don't like Gragas that much. He's been performing well, and I still don't like him. I don't understand why. I feel like he's hit or miss, and he's only good with Yasuo, and Yasuo doesn't even show up in this series. That's the next series.
I don't like Yasuo.
Hey, this series had a win on Thresh.
Good. Thresh is a good champion.
Thresh Xayah. By the way, if Xayah and Kai'Sa don't get nerfed by the time Clash happens, you're playing Xayah and Kai'Sa. You're welcome.
Oh wow, what a punishment. My two favorite AD carries.
You're welcome.
Wow.
You have the two best AD carries in the game to pick from. Oh my god, these two have been crazy in this world's meta right now. They have been like the only thing you get to play bot lane, and then you have to fall back onto Yasuo or Varus or Ezreal. And anything else is garbage. And who's playing Heimer right now? Nobody's playing Heimer right now.
I just want to pick Heimer in our class.
No, Haymon, the Yasuo can't be paired with Nautilus because of how the picks work out. It doesn't work. Because you need to have Gragas somewhere. So unless you're running Kindred jungle, Gragas, Yasuo bot, and Nautilus mid, why aren't you running like Galio at that point? Oh.
Yeah, I'm not big with I don't know.
So
hey, Mont, you tried, but I don't think so.
So this is kind of really shown like LPL style League of Legends in this series.
Turns out they're good at the game.
It's not that they're good at the game. It's more that they like to fight a lot, and it's really exciting to watch a lot of fighting. It kind of toned
but I'm
down
gonna call that good at
the
the games.
It's kind of toned down in the last two games. I don't really totally know why. Though game 3 was actually super fast, and that's why it didn't have a lot of kills. But like these games were either really long slugfests or really fast raffle stomps. And
yes,
that contrast really just sets me off. I don't like having that I don't want to say variety, but or volatility, but like that variance, that kind of variance in my games. I don't like that. I like having like, okay, we're gonna play for a 35-minute game, and at 35 minutes we're gonna have one thing happen that has been led up to and set up for the last 10 minutes, and it's gonna win. I like that. I don't like this punch each other in the face until somebody falls over. It's I don't know, it's unsettling. But I enjoyed this series for the half attention I was paying to it a little bit. I had a couple other things I was doing at the time, but it was a good series from what I was watching. Yes. I don't like Rumble Mid, and I wish it wouldn't happen anymore, but can't always get what you want.
No, you can't, Anthony. But I'm okay with you not getting what you want in this scenario because I think it's very funny. Am I wrong? Yeah, well, you're going to disagree with me because you're a coward. So
says the man who plays 3-1s.
Let's talk about the series a little more in depth, Anthony. Come on.
What do you want to talk about in depth?
I don't know, dude.
Game 2. Game 2, they picked
which series?
Of IGFPX. They picked Mordekaiser into Vladimir, which is actually fucking genius. Because for the Mordekaiser, because every time they're about to start a fight, he just ults Vladimir, and Vladimir loses all of his ability to do anything.
Yes, I don't know how well that panned out because the Shy still went crazy late game.
Yeah, but that's because they're running Nautilus mid.
Yeah, and also because he's still the Shy on Vladimir.
They didn't ban Galio. Why aren't they playing Nautilus mid or Nautilus bot with Galio? Like, what the hell are we running Blitzcrank for?
The Shy's vision score is so low.
I think that's a lot of Chinese LPL players. I think they actually have a lot of low vision scores.
He was on the lowest on his team by like 30 or something.
See?
I don't know.
The enemy top laner had word per minute.
30 or 40 on him.
No, never mind. The Shy had the lowest wards per minute at 0.4 wards per minute. Yikes. He had a 6.9 CS per minute. That's actually kind of low.
Yeah. I'm honestly pretty surprised to learn these things.
That's higher than the other two solo laners, though. on FPX.
I guess when you fight 24/7, you don't have time to ward or farm.
That's right.
Is that the moral of this story, Anthony? That I can not get criticized for my bad league habits if I'm just fighting 24/7?
Only if we win the games.
Dude, fuck it. We're winning every game from now
Rookie
on.
only has a 0.44 ward per minute. Jackie Love has a 0.34 ward per minute. LWX is a 0.3. He's actually not that bad. His vision score might be low.
No,
but
it
his
was just
ward
in
per
this
minutes are
game.
Good.
Anyway, what were you trying to say? Oh, you talked about Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
Listen, run me through your thoughts in the SKT G2 series.
SKT G2. That's a different
What were you
tab.
thinking during the games? What were you thinking at the end?
Holy shit, how is this happening? What the hell is SKT doing? Why the hell is Faker standing there for 4 seconds until he gets hit by something and dies? Oh my god, the game's over. That's basically my thought process watching that last
Oh my
fight.
god, the series is over. I don't know why Clid picked Rek'Sai in game 3.
Game 3. Clid picking Rek'Sai. Because it's
not that good.
It's aggressive. It's an aggressive early pick, and if you want to shut down Orianna and get Ryze going, it kind of works. But
that's fair. You know whose Ryze was unimpressive? Game 1 Caps. Game 1 Caps did like nothing on Ryze. Like he outfarmed Faker like a bunch, but he didn't really do you know.
He did the most damage on their team. What are you talking about?
Are you serious? But
Yeah.
his KDA was trash.
They won game 1.
Yeah, but his KDA was trash.
His top laner's 0-2.
I don't know, dude.
What are you why are you throwing shit
I was
at
not
Caps
impressed
here?
with the Ryze play, dude. Listen, you know that if anyone in this...
The whole point of these picks of the Kled and the Ryze is to do a sort of 1-3-1 kind of thing with super join and super rotations.
Anthony, you have to understand that between both of us, I am the one here who knows Ryze and Kled the best.
Wait a minute! Hang on a second! Wait a minute! I'm pretty sure I have a pedicle on both of these champions this year.
I am more capable than you at determining what good Ryze play is and isn't. And I'm telling you...
I'm not saying I watched him close enough to pull a verdict on whether it was good
Neither
or bad.
am I.
But what I'm saying is that he did
I'm
the
not
most
saying I
damage on
watched
his
him
team.
closely either.
And the play wasn't for team fight. This was a macro play. The freaking SKT has been falling into this trap of A-ramming like an NA team. And
Dude,
they just fell right over when G2 showed up.
When they got aced in game 4 after getting all 3 Ocean Drakes, and then they just started losing fights for no fucking reason.
Dude, Faker's hands were shaking when the player cam turned on him at one point, and I'm just like, holy shit. How is Faker nervous in a game of League of Legends? I thought he would be so, like, cold about this.
Yeah, but then his team started griefing. Bro, that game 4, by the way, like, it had a lot of kills.
Did it?
At one point, it was 18-20.
It finished 23-22, which by comparison to the other series is low.
By comparison, but that's a cheat code. An LPL team is a cheat code.
Well, it helps that Faker inted like 4 kills this game. Faker made so many misplays. Faker
was out of position a lot. Do you remember when he was on the wrong side of the wall from his team and he got Faker, or he got Gragas body slammed?
He had every way out of it. He had his W, and he W'd in a bush. Also,
there was a point where he was standing on a blast cone, and instead of hitting it in time, he just got E'd by fucking Gragas, and Yasuo ulted and killed.
Yeah, Faker was just chucking this series away. I don't...
Yeah, Faker ended that game 4-6-9, by the way.
Nice.
Yike. Dude, Did you see the video G2 posted today?
No. What happened?
It's just SKT is gone, G2 World Semifinals moments, and it's just their highlights, but also interspersed with fucking memes just dunking on SKT.
Oh, I love
it's like
G2's
extremely disrespectful.
G2's content is fucking great, and I love it.
Dude, they're such a BM organization.
I love it. It's great. That's the kind of orgs we need. We need to start throwing shade.
They're fucking like editing Caps. Is that Caps or Perks? They're editing some motherfucker's face onto the people from like Lord of the Rings and shit. Like they're just hard memeing on fucking SKT.
So
you know the better jungle wins crab thing?
Yeah.
Like they're just putting that on with like Yankos' face.
Has been so bad this tournament.
Yeah, but he will beat SKT, so
sure he did, buddy. Sure, Yankos was a lot.
Sorry, was Yankos on the winning team?
Okay. Though in game 1, or was it game 1 or game 2? Game 2, Yankos got a steal on the first dragon, and I'm just sitting here like, how the hell do you give Ornn, Ryze, Galio, and Ezreal and fucking Ocean Drake? How do you just let that happen? That is the last thing you needed. Their team is so bad with Ocean Drake. There is one champion on SKT's team comp that uses Ocean Drake, and it's their support Gragas. Like, what? What the hell is this shit? Fucking, they have Renekton, Yasuo, LeBlanc, and Lee Sin. 3 of those champions don't have mana. What do they need an Ocean Drake for? Yasuo doesn't care about health regen. He built a freaking Bloodthirster, for fuck's sake. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ocean Drake was such a bad pickup for them, and then they gave it to a team that synergized with it with 4 of their 5 champions. Jesus Christ. That Ocean Drake had to be the most value pickup of any dragon in this tournament. They still lost the game though.
Was that the game where they ended up getting 3 Ocean Drakes?
No. They okay. This was.
Is this game 1?
No, this is game 2. Where Clid played Lee Sin, and I don't know why Clid didn't play Lee Sin on the Rek'Sai game. Clid played Lee Sin, yeah. Oh yeah. Like Renekton Lee Sin is an amazing duo. They dive hard. And they have so much kill potential, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know why people are picking Rek'Sai when Lee Sin is up. It just
didn't you just flame me for asking why you picked Rek'Sai?
I just didn't think it was that bad a thing, but I definitely think they should have picked Lee Sin if it was up in the situation. I don't know how many other junglers I would have said to pick instead.
Fair enough.
I guess Gragas is on the table, and they don't have a shitload of AP that they're specking into. But
I mean, their Gragas is their support.
No, not in that game. Oh, that was a Leona. After that, they subbed out effort for Mata, and then they just kept throwing the game with Faker. Oh, Faker.
Remember when Khan fucking... Never mind. I thought he actually entered there, but he didn't.
I want to know how Ornn is like the only tank that is allowed to be played in this meta, besides Poppy and Danish matchups. Like, how is Ornn even like surviving?
Probably just utility.
Yeah, it's just his ultimate.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant by utility. His ultimate and his passive just make your team good. I'm really mad that Camille won top lane.
I don't.
Tell me, is she supposed to beat Renekton?
No, she doesn't, and she didn't. What are you talking about? But she finished 3-4-11. They won the game, but that's because Elise and Camille is a really good duo.
That's fair.
And they also had a 904 Xayah. That bot lane smashed.
That's true.
G2 is crazy. Holy shit.
Shout out Cleanse, by the way.
You know, it's occurring to me that my pick should probably be to follow the script and say 3-1 Phoenix 1, but it's not that.
Listen, don't jump ahead topics.
I'm not. It was just a thought that crossed my mind.
Anthony, I know we're at the point in the season where we only have a couple games to talk about and things are getting thin for content. You gotta hold on. I have another thing
I kind of want to complain about. That's basically the entire tournament. Jesus Christ, Pantheon. Pantheon has not gotten through once, and he is the first ban red side every time.
That does make sense to me, though.
It's just so like annoying that he's not even getting played.
Well, because why would he?
Why not? Let him go through one game. See what happens.
And lose?
Huh? Oh no, you lose one game. That didn't happen every single time.
Shut up. You can't lose any games in these fucking world streets, dude.
I would 100% be gambling to drop Pantheon game 1 and be like, well, guess we shouldn't drop Pantheon. And then we move on with our lives. Especially because if he has been permabanned, that means everyone's gotten less practice on him because he is permabanned. So they might just get caught off guard with it. Fucking play Poppy into it. Poppy's pretty good into him.
Is she really?
Yeah, she can block the W.
Oh,
You
she
have to
blocks
read
the
it.
stun, huh?
You kind of have to read it, but
If he stops like mid cast, does the stun go off and he just
No.
doesn't move? Or?
no, if you stun him, the stun shouldn't go off. If you flash away, I think the stun still goes off, but the range has changed. Because it used to be really easy to dodge. Like, you just dash out of it Lucian-y. Alright, let's move on to the next segment, which is also kind of connected to the previous thing. Is this the end of the SKT dynasty and the Korean dynasty? Or either or? What do you think?
I want to say no, but probably. Right? I mean, all of the players most of the like crazy players from SKT who had won in the past are not on anymore. I think SKT is capable of rebuilding, obviously, because they're SKT. But if nothing changes, I do think they'll probably continue to not win. But I do think it's, possible for them to win, on a rebuild.
But this was kind of their rebuild. They didn't go to Worlds last year. This was their, like, they spent the last 2 years putting together this team and sussing out players. They lost Bang. They lost, who was their top laner before? I don't remember. Was it Antara? I think Antara was their top laner before.
I mean, I know you're right, but, like, it's Korea. We can't count them out.
I mean, they got 3 of the first seeds in groups, and then they lost out 2 of those in what a lot of people were calling coin flip matches, but I don't want to continue to prescribe to that notion that those matches were coin flips going into them, because I don't really agree. But what was I saying? The only way that Korea got out of the quarterfinals was by playing Splice, the 3rd seed from EU that got the easiest group in World's history. So it's like, can we really say that SKT deserves this top 4 finish? Like, what if? I mean, it's possible that Griffin could have taken the spot too, but it's also possible that Fnatic could have made it out, but Fnatic did get 2nd place to them, or Damwon could have possibly done better than SKT, because now we know that SKT loses the G2. So I feel like this is a big hit. Hang on. This is a big second hit to Korea after falling out of last year's World so hard, and this year not improving a whole lot. Like, I'm not sure if it's showing that they've gotten they got bad luck this year in like their seeding and stuff, or if LPL is actually growing and using their massive player base to field better teams, or if EU's growing and doing something similar. Like, it's really hard to pinpoint, but it's kind of evident that Korea isn't actually as strong as they were before, even if they were able to take 1st place in groups.
I agree with you on that they're not as strong as they were. I'm just not. I mean, listen, it's just the case for me that because it's Korea,
I'll say it here. I am convinced the Korean dynasty is that they have missed World's finals.
Oh, I think that. Okay, I'll say this. I don't think they'll ever be as good or as dominant as they were, but whether or not I'm totally ready to count out SKT.
I mean, they made every final since.
No, you know what? You're right.
Since 2012 until 2017, and then they haven't made a finals twice.
I'm dancing around the question. The dynasty being over doesn't mean they won't be good. Yes, the dynasty is over. I'm going to agree with you. Here's a question, though.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think G2 is going to stay together?
I think they stay together at least another year, and if they fall apart at any point in the next year, they might continue and finish out the year. But if they don't make it out of quarterfinals at next year's Worlds, I 100% think this team is going to fall apart. But I'm thinking so far out, and if they get obliterated in this final, who knows what happens? Look, to me, Jankos has been the biggest like hole in them at this tournament. Jankos, I mentioned it because a lot of people were saying Jankos was the best player in the world coming to this tournament. I'm like, you're fucking high. What the hell are you smoking? I want it. But I think Jankos is probably the #1 spot for me for changing, given this World's performance. But at the same time, the group seems to really like each other and like the atmosphere and like how they're playing. So they might stay together and try it out for a little while longer. But if they start to, like, if they miss MSI, especially if they miss Worlds next year, they're definitely going to have some major changes.
I think you're right.
Mind you, this is also kind of what's happening with TSM right now. TSM was in a very similar position to what G2 was, minus the international victories at MSI.
Yeah, minus the success?
Well, they made it to IEM finals, and they also did pretty well for themselves given their situations. But regardless, they tried to make changes to make being on top in their region. They tried to make changes to do better internationally, and it bit them in the ass super hard. And if I don't think G2 is going to make that same mistake where they're performing well and they're not performing to like their peak goals, and they're going to make changes to try to make that peak goals. They're going to keep performing here and hope that they can hit a peak at the right moment. I think they will keep doing that. You?
I don't think you're wrong. I'm just like, I kind of, I don't know.
Unless someone retires, which this is a very young roster, I don't think they will.
You know, sometimes people, I think you're right. I don't see any of these guys like really like giving up the success of this team and the dominance of this team for like a slightly bigger paycheck somewhere else if they could even get that, right? Like,
paychecks in EU and NA are comparable, and they're not going to any other regions besides Turkey, and Turkey does not pay as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
actually, I don't think.
But I mean, what I mean is like another team could make them a slightly higher offer, right?
Did you choose the richest team in EU? No way.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'd see them staying together at least a year or two, and I hope that they continue to play as well as they do because it's extremely fun to watch.
Did you see Promise Q, their support sub, holding up his MSI medal at the intro, and he's just tapping it, and I'm just sitting here like, Promise Q, you didn't even play a game. I'm wondering if they're gonna give Promise Q a game to play at the final. I would say go up 2, and then you put him in.
Yeah,
I think you do that, just because. And then it comes and bites them in the ass, and then it's all funny. But then he gets a skin at the end. That's why. That's
just a polite thing.
That's why they put in Mata in the Splice series. They gave him the Thresh skin. They gave him Thresh, and he played the Samsung White Thresh so that he could earn a Thresh skin if they win the tournament.
That's amazing.
It was such a BM move, and I'm so mad about it.
That's so funny.
Well, they lost anyways. And they played Mata too. All right. So, if G2 wins Worlds, does that make EU the best region?
I have no idea, because who else? I mean, it depends, right? Like, what makes it the best region? Is it the most teams that are good, or just the region with the best team? Right?
Right,
because only
but
one EU team made it, like...
Right, but EU had 3 teams in quarterfinals, and so did Korea.
No.
What?
Only it was all Korean teams, LPL teams, and G2.
They finished, like, Korea and EU finished in exactly the same spot up to semifinals, and then EU won up to the final, and then China only got 2 teams into quarterfinals, and both of them met in the semifinals, and only one of them was going on to the finals. So if you kind of average it out, it looks really close between LPL and EU for having the best teams, especially at this Worlds.
I mean, if we're talking about just best region at Worlds, then yeah, sure. But I don't know. I don't really watch enough international games to know about any other fucking region. So, like, I don't know.
I'm pretty confident that EU is a very strong region.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're weak. I'm just saying I can't tell you. No, fuck it. I'll double down. Yeah, they're probably the best in the world if they win.
I've always wanted to do
Honestly,
that.
they're probably best in the world even if they lose.
I don't think so. I think if they lose, it's definitely, you can definitely say it's LPL, but I definitely want to do that thing where you just take both leagues and have them cross-play each other, kind of like the NFL does with their divisions, where they'll rotate their divisions cross-playing over the seasons. I want to do that, just because I think it's just a good idea, and I just want to see them play each other. It's an interesting way to go about increasing international competition, but it would require sort of refactoring the entire year, so that instead of having like an MSI, you'd have a spring split, a summer split, and then a sort of middling international split where the teams all get to cross for a little bit and they rotate about. The only problem with that is if one region goes over to another and just washes them, it'll be awful. It'll be so disheartening and garbage for that region, and that's like probably the main reason why nobody would want to do it. But I'd do it anyways, just because I like seeing crazy shit happen. Hell, look, Phoenix 1 went over to EU and stomped them. They were the last place team when they did that. It was the best timeline. It was hilarious.
It was a very good timeline.
Holy shit, do I want to go back to that world? The 17-0 season.
Was that Dark Medios timeline?
I think so. I think that was the Dark Medios timeline. I think that was the 17-0 TSM timeline. It was a good fucking year. I loved that year. Up until September. It ended September 1st. Okay. Got our next topic here. Why don't we watch more LPL?
Because I don't have a lot of free time. And when we're doing the podcast, I'm just gonna watch the games I have to watch.
I think my number one reason is that it's on at like 4 a.m. It's the same reason I don't watch LCK.
Yeah. it's I can't stay up to watch it because I'm busy, and if I'm gonna be watching VODs all day, they're gonna be NA VODs for the podcast.
I also typically don't like their casters as much. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason I don't like the Korean or the Chinese casters, for English that is.
Sure, I'm not gonna say that for me, but I will say that I just like, even if I have time to watch both the LPL games and the NA games, like, low-key, there is only so much League of Legends I'm willing to watch in a week.
Well, you don't want to make your entire life pro League of Legends? That's not your dream?
No. I've got other aspirations and hobbies, and if I just watch League all the time...
is not your hero?
I didn't say that. Don't ever put words in my mouth. But
this is why I can't let him play Vayne, guys.
As if I'm not the best Vayne player in our group of friends.
Don't let Tony hear you say that.
I've actually never seen... I don't think I've ever seen Tony play Vayne. I actually don't know.
And you don't want to!
So I'm better than Tony at Vayne, is what I'm hearing. I just see Haymont talking about Fiddlesticks in chat. I don't know what the context for that was, but I'm angry.
Someone played Fiddlesticks support at this tournament. I don't remember who, but I hated it.
I know, and it's going to give Haymont ideas.
Haymont, you have to play mid lane if I can't find a new mid laner. So,
you also are not allowed to pick Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, that too. You get to
my games.
You get to play specific champions that we have chosen for you, and for the love of God, learn Lux.
I'm not even talking about Clash. I'm just saying, hey, Haymont's in my game and in my lane. No Fiddlesticks, or I am leaving.
So yeah, I think it's entertaining League of Legends, but the language disconnect has always been a strong put off for me between me and the players. That it's even annoying when I have to listen to translators for the NA imports, especially Piglet, who has been here for 5 years and still doesn't speak
English. Yeah, that
doesn't
bother me.
But I don't know. It just makes it more annoying for me to watch. And because I'm always am I getting exactly what they're saying? Like it happened this week where they mistranslated. I think it was it Doinby's interview or someone's interview, where they said what they wanted to do was silence the crowd in the final, and what they actually said is that they wanted the crowd to chant for their team. And I'm that's a very different sentiment than
that's not a great fuck.
So that's kind of why that's kind of why I don't really like getting translated interviews, especially live translated. The normally hand translated interviews are a lot better because they put more time into it. But I don't know, like having that like direct connection to all the players is a lot. Like I like that a lot more than I get with the LCS rather than all the others. And I do like it when the imports speak English, even if it's not great. Like back when Huni was still learning English, and he's just like, screw the translator, go away, Rainover. I'm just gonna pull this one out, and it was great. It was amazing. I loved it, cause they're trying and they're kind of getting involved in the culture. But
sure, I mean, but I don't expect the LPL players in China to be learning English.
And I shouldn't be expecting that. But like that's
no, you should not be. That would be insane.
that's why that's part of the reason why I don't want to watch it.
No, I get it.
They're not going to be trying to connect to me. They're trying to connect to their Chinese audience, and I'm hearing everything through a third-hand filter. Like,
I will say this. I don't really give a shit about any personalities anymore, like I did in the beginning. Obviously, I'm a big fan of a lot of the players who are around. But like at this point in my League of Legends viewing career, once the game is over, I just usually like I'll listen to the post game interview maybe.
It depends on who they get and like.
Yeah, well, it's also if it's a team I don't care about, I don't watch the post game interview.
Yeah, let's just watch the post game for Optic versus.
I mean, I do like Avali, so I will actually usually watch the post game interview because shout out to Avali, but like she's very good at her job. But like, I just like I don't really watch any of the extra shit as much anymore with the players because it's like, okay, well, I'm here to watch you play League and like
they've been giving the same answers for the past like 5 years. I'm real.
Well, but that's every sport, right? It's like, well, we did our best. We play, and it's like it's why I don't give a shit. I just want to see you play the game, right? Like if I want to watch them personally, I'll watch their stream or their YouTube if they have one. But
I don't like how sort of distant they all are a lot of the time. Like they don't really dig in. They don't really put their feet down and like this is how I think it is. This is how I want it to be.
Well, they probably can't.
I'm talking more about like I don't know. Like I don't like that they're so disopinionated to the public, like because they all have like their thoughts and opinions about how everything should be and how everything's going. And yes, there are times where I definitely think they shouldn't just throw their teammates under the bus, but at the same time,
no, I think that's actually quite bad to do.
Yeah, because it breaks down the team mentality and it's problematic. But at the same time, it's like there are moments where somebody needs to freaking say something because there's something clearly wrong here, and just being like, well, we're trying out some things, we're seeing if this is gonna work. We've been playing around with these new strategies and stuff. It's like no one really gives a shit unless you're gonna give some concrete like out.
Yeah, but I mean, even like look at the post game interviews in other sports, dude. People say nothing, right? Like they just say
right, but I don't want to be just like other sports in this respect. Like this is something where I think being more opinionated should be more welcomed and should be more valued from personalities. Like everyone always gives people shit whenever they give their opinion. It's just like, well, then you're never gonna actually know what people think, and they're just gonna go along with the group think, and no one's gonna care.
Well, I wouldn't really call it going along with the group thing, because that would imply they actually believe what they're saying in the interviews, which I don't really generally believe to be the case.
They're giving dismissive answers just to get past the question.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but like, I'm sure they all have different opinions and aren't just blindly agreeing with each other. I'm sure it's just the case that they, for whatever reasons, are asked not to or don't feel as if they can, like, just, go hard. I don't know. I kind of don't care, but I understand where you're coming from, and I don't think you're by any means incorrect.
I hate this. Oh, you're never gonna find out why. Like with the Acadian thing, we're never gonna hear the whole story about Acadian until like 5 years from now, when someone decides that, oh, no one's gonna give me shit for telling this story now. And like, this is like, why are we so afraid to give the story? Clearly something happened here, and everyone behind the scenes knows it, and it's impacting their career already. What the fuck does it matter if we know it now? Now we get to not watch their stream and give them shit on Twitter? Is that what? We already gave them shit on Twitter, and we're watching their stream to find out what the fuck happened. Like, I don't know. I don't like how all that kind of shit happens behind closed doors, and we never get to hear about it.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't watch more LPL games.
I guess so. So let's move on to our predicts. FPX versus G2. The finals coming in hot. I believe they're on Sunday. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir. They're on Sunday at 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern.
So we're going to watch them at about noon to 1.
I'm gonna try to watch them live, but no promises.
LOL as if I'm waking up on the 7 a.m. and as well. I'll be awake, but I got stuff to do.
Bro, just watch the final. It's gonna be a quick 3-0.
It's not. It's gonna be a quick 3-1.
Nah, man. I'm telling
So
you.
as per usual, have you got the graphic up?
Yes.
As per usual, I have continued my storied and principled tradition of not calling a 3-0.
Turns out Matt's writing the script.
I plead the Fifth Amendment. I plead my Fifth Amendment rights as a citizen of the United States of America.
I'm not the government, so that doesn't apply, but okay.
I plead the Fifth Amendment. I invoke my right to the Fifth Amendment.
Okay. Just saying.
Listen, maybe you're just not keyed into the.
You won't give me the
Matrix.
script, guys.
Maybe I'm just not. You're not keyed into the.
You won't
Matrix,
let me write it so that TSM goes undefeated and wins the split anymore.
Absolutely, I will not let that happen. Not that I have any say in what happened. Not that I know anything.
I'm so mad. Bjergsen winning MVP, all of that gone.
Well, you know, maybe if you weren't so rude to me. No.
I just.
So why do you think it's going to be a 3-0?
Because I just think that G2 are really good. This is going heavily against the narrative that has been struck ever since the World song came out. But what's life without a little risk? 3-0 G2. I'm sticking to it. I'm calling it. Huh?
Yeah, I said I was listening to you.
So why do you think FPX are gonna win? Or G2 are gonna win? But
I thought I was about to say, hold on.
I looked over at the matchup and saw that G2 was next to your name, and I'm like, that's not right. Hang on.
Yeah, I was about to be like, I did not pick FPX. Please do not tie me that one. I think G2 look stronger. I think G2 beating SKT is probably more impressive than FPX beating IG. And I think that basically everyone on G2 looks really, really strong.
I'm going to be honest. I'm missing my IG SKT final. I think that was a bigger story than
I agree,
FPX
and I
G2.
wanted it, but that's not
everyone,
what we got.
It's also kind of because everyone's been hyping G2 as the tournament favorite, and they're going to win the tournament this whole time. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, why? I don't think they're a bad team, and I don't like really dislike them. I just dislike that everyone's hyping them like that. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm looking forward to watching Doinby versus Caps and just watching Doinby destroy Caps with AP Nautilus mid, because that's what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen, Matt. Are you ready for it? Are you ready?
No, I'm not, dude. I don't want to think about this. It's going to be a shit show. I'm going to love it.
I'm wondering if we're going to see a lot more LPL-like or a lot more Korean macro-like play. Because G2 has been able to play both.
Any way they want to play at any given moment.
I just hope they break the record for fastest best of 3 or best of 5. Because TL needs to not feel so bad about that happening to them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be an exciting series.
Yeah. I
don't expect it to be like an actual stomp with no... I don't expect G2 to just like get 3 15-minute surrenders, right? Like
that would be great if they freaking Victus Esports them and just won the game in 12 minutes.
That would be so bad.
Oh man, I forget who owns the record for the shortest game, but it's against Victus Esports, and
in world's history or in
the whole League of Legends Esports. But I can't wait for someone to break that record, because it'll mean something worse than someone fielding an all-female team just to get publicity has happened. And that'll be the day. And it might be Sunday. Who knows? Everyone could fall apart. That would be quite a falling apart. I think 5 of me could hold out for 12 minutes against G2.
There's no way this is right.
What? What, the 12-minute game against 5Victus Esports?
Hold on.
Is that what you're looking up?
No.
What are you looking up?
Just keep talking. Vamp for me. Oh my fucking god.
I have no idea what Matt is looking
There's
for.
a 7.5 minute game.
Is that the...
this year. LTL 2019 opening.
LTL?
Another troll team. I don't even know what it is. I think it's Latin America.
No, that's LLN.
Oh my god, it's Costa Rica.
Oh, that's not a major region at all.
It's not, but it's a 7.5 minute game. They were at the inhibit 6 minutes.
But
what the fuck?
Can I go compete in the Costa Rican League?
There was in 2013. There was an 8-minute 20-second win between Samsung White and Team Dark.
Are those two Korean teams, or is that
it was
Worlds?
A Champions 2014 winter.
Yeah, okay. Were they getting promoted?
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way,
there's also an NA game in the top 5.
That's an Immortals game.
No, it's a Curse Academy versus Wasabi Gaming 2014 Summer Series.
That's not fair. That's like the B team for C9 beating up Fox like they did. A game like that happened this split.
Dude, I'm sorry. I went down. I found a wiki for shortest league games.
You know what I've been sort of feeling this Worlds in like the last Worlds too is that I'm a lot less interested, especially when TSM isn't in it. Like I don't really care who's winning or who's losing that much. I'm very uninvested in the result of this tournament. So it's just like, I have to watch the Worlds live, otherwise I'm gonna get spoiled on all the opening ceremony bullshit. I'm honestly thinking I'm not gonna like the opening ceremony. Do you think you're gonna like the opening ceremony? I think I'm not gonna like it this year. I have not been liking like the aesthetic and the I don't know, the sound that they've been putting out around Total Damage. And I'm like, there's just gonna be some rap group that I really don't like. And it's gonna be really It's gonna be nothing like, especially because I think KDA was such a high bar to meet or even break that it's just not gonna happen. I think it's gonna be very disappointing in general. It'll probably be fine, but it will probably be very disappointing compared to last year and the year before that. Are you prepared for disappointing opening ceremonies?
I'm probably not even gonna watch it.
Bruh.
I don't care.
Bruh.
You know what I'm excited for?
What? Game 4?
Yes.
Game 4?
No. Yes. But guess.
All-Stars?
What's the thing I talk about? Yes, there we go. Cannot fucking wait.
It's such a joke to me.
Yes, and that's why it's fun, bro. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's just such a joke. I don't really care.
That's what makes it fun.
There's nothing on the line. Everyone's half-assing it. It's kind of...
and they do dumb, memey things. It's funny.
I don't know.
You're such a cuck, dude. Like, the disrespect out here is insane. I can't believe...
I liked whatever All-Stars it was that had implications on world seedings.
Was there one like that?
Whatever one had Magma Chamber at it. That one. I liked that one.
That was good.
That one I loved.
Remember the one where fucking Froggen snowballed in the fountain? Like,
he did it twice!
Phenomenal, by the way.
Oh, it's been 3 years since we've been promised that we'd get custom games for 1v1s and 2v2s. We still don't have it. Still don't have it.
We never will, by the way.
I think we're out of topics. Unless you guys,
I think we are.
Unless Haymon's got something.
Yeah, fuck Haymon. Dude, you want to take us home?
Yeah. That'll do it for this kind of short episode. Legendary Lens podcast. You can catch us for at least one more episode this year before the start of the LCS in probably sometime in January. I don't know when it starts, but we might do a couple more episodes in between then. We'll see if we have any ideas or if anything happens we want to talk about. They might not be a full hour. They might be a little shorter. We might just do smaller little talks.
For what?
Just for whatever happens. Maybe some roster moves happen and we want to talk about them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, it's probably going to be hard to do the finals one for an hour, too, because it's like 5 games maximum to talk about.
We'll see what else happens. This is also probably why you should watch the opening ceremony, so we could probably use that as a topic, but...
Fine.
But yeah, so you can catch us at least one more time next week at 7 p.m. on Monday, directly the day after the finals. I think that's it. Catch the VODs on my YouTube channel. Have a nice day.
Have a good